This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Will Hume, the infamous pedophile, now convicted? Landmark judgment slaps him with a 10-year jail term. Dramatic yet tragic turn of events. Young college girl defends herself against rape, but she could be staring at murder charges.
If the allegation that the young woman defended herself against her father because he was trying to attempt to rape her, I certainly don't even think she should have been arrested.
Fate of the uniform syllabus hangs in the balance. High Court asks government to submit its response.
Only for political reason, the decision was taken.
After a scintillating performance in the assembly polls, Vijaykanth gets ready to don the role of captain of opposition. AIDMK MLA from Roypuram files for post of speaker. With ruling party weight behind him, Jayakumar starts as favourite.
D. Jayakumar MLA அவர்களை பேரவைத் தலைவர் வேட்பாளராக.
Volleyball takes lessons from Cricketainment Inc. Gets set to don a new avatar. Romance, action and comedy this weekend has it all for you at the big screen. A very good evening. You are watching News Tonight with me, Ashmit Kumar, and it has been an evening buzzing with action. NDTV Hindu was the first to break to you that Will Hume has been convicted and that he has been slapped with a 10-year jail term. But that's not all. Difficult moments these for Anju, who despite fending for herself, fighting off a rape attempt, is still facing murder charges. So difficult times these. A lot more developments coming your way, but first a look at developments coming in from across the country. NDTV accesses David Headley's Denmark surveillance videos as he recce'd targets for a Lashkar terror strike. Was Gautam Gambhir unaware of the severity of his injury? Gambhir said he was comfortable playing. HRD Minister Kapil Sibal hits back at Jairam Ramesh, says IIT-IIM faculty members are world class. The aviation watchdog begins a probe into the Faridabad air crash. Initial reports point towards a technical malfunction. Anti-corruption crusader Anna Hazare goes from praising Modi to saying that corruption is rampant in the state of Gujarat. The Supreme Court quashes land allotment to Ganguly in Kolkata, directs him to return the academy land within 2 weeks' time. Well, first up, news that broke on NDTV Hindu. First up here, the infamous paedophile Will Hume has finally been brought to the book. In what is being termed as a landmark judgment, a fast-track court delivered the verdict. Now, the court found the child sex offender guilty. Will Hume has now been convicted under Section 367 for kidnapping, Section 377 for unnatural offences and under the IT Act. Now, this child sex offender has been slapped with a 10-year term of rigorous imprisonment and a fine of 50,000 rupees. Now, interestingly, Will Hume was arrested on November 6th of 2009, and it was only a month back on October of 2009 that the IT Act was passed. Moreover, this was the first case of child pornography to be registered in the country under the IT Act. Now, just to remind our viewers, Will Hume was touted as one of the world's biggest sex offenders. He was labelled after horrific stories involving Hume and child sexual abuse and child pornography surfaced. He was found making use of an orphanage, Little Home, near Mahabalipuram for luring children. Well, Abhay Kumar Singh, the ACP, spoke exclusively to us on this development. This is what he had to say.
In the year 2009, Chennai City Police arrested one Williams for the offence of kidnapping, unnatural sex and uploading child porn pictures from the internet. On completion of investigation, the case was charged and trial was conducted in Fast Track Court 4, Chennai City. Today the judgment was pronounced. The said William has been convicted for 10 years for the offence under 367 IPC, another 10 years for offence under 377 IPC, and 5 years for offence under 67B of IT Act. All these punishments shall run concurrently. I am told that this is the first ever conviction under IT Act so far as Chennai City Police is concerned. this Chennai Cyber Cell then has an excellent work.
Well, moving ahead now onto another sensitive issue. NDTV Hindu brought to you the shocking case of a Chennai girl being thrown behind bars last week for many call a no crime. Now, this science undergraduate stabbed her own drunk father because he allegedly tried to rape her on the night of 17th of May. Now, the father died after she stabbed him 4 times. Her mother died 7 years ago. Now, her elder brother, meanwhile, a private employee, now looks for legal help before he can apply for bail. Now, Radhika Iyer with this story of a double trauma for a young woman who resisted rape.
This prison in Vellore in Tamil Nadu has been home to a 19-year-old who perhaps has gone through the worst torture. Her own father, under the influence of alcohol, allegedly tried to rape her on the fateful night of 17th May. When he went out of control, she stabbed him 4 times over. Due to excess bleeding, the 58-year-old father died. The girl, under shock, sat in the pool of blood until dawn when the police arrested her.
If the allegation that the young woman defended herself against her father because he was trying to attempt to rape her, I certainly don't even think she should have been arrested.
NDTV contacted officials in the police department right from the level of an inspector to the Director General of Police. None was willing to comment on camera. The case, they say, is under investigation and the charge sheet will be filed in about 10 days.
That is something that would tear her apart. This is a trauma that she would be going through. That is one. And now she doesn't have anybody to talk to, at least even to say as to what she feels. So there has to be a support system. There has to be somebody who would go and call on her and ask her, allow her to speak out first, rather than asking her, putting our questions and seeking replies.
19-year-old Anju's elder brother at 27 is the only earning member of the family. He wants privacy for his sister and, more importantly, help. Help from the legal community who can help fight this case of self-defense, and from the police, who he prays treats this case as an exception and a sensitive one. In Chennai, Radhika Iyer, NDTV.
Troubled times these for Anju there. Moving ahead now onto another issue that has been making headlines, Samachir Kalvi and the road forward. Now, that was the big question in the Madras High Court today. The High Court today asked the state government to explain its position on this highly debated issue by June 8th. Now, the court made this move after hearing a public interest litigation, or PIL, against Tamil Nadu government's decision to postpone the common syllabus. Now, the government had opted to appoint a panel of experts to study the uniform syllabus. Now, this move by the government, coming only a few weeks before the reopening of schools, has sparked off a widespread debate and discussion amongst both parents and school authorities.
The present government, without having any expert opinion, expert report, arbitrarily they come to the conclusion the Samachir Kalvi was not viable. It is totally against the public interest, the students' interest. The government, only for political reason, the decision was taken, for which we have raised these arguments before the court. The court asked the Advocate General, you talk to the concerned authorities, don't waste the money for public money for spending 200 crore for printing new books.
Well, in fact, our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed spoke to the Advocate General Navanita Krishnan about the PIL hearing. This is what he told us.
Tamil Nadu's new Advocate General, Mr. A. Navanita Krishna, after taking charge, has appeared for a big case. He has defended the state cabinet's decisions to postpone the uniform school syllabus system. And we will hear from him what his arguments were before the division bench today. Sir, can you talk about your arguments in the case today?
Earlier government introduced the uniform system of school education by enacting Tamil Nadu Uniform System of School Education Act 2010. Fourth theme of school education was in state of Tamil Nadu, namely state board schools, matriculation schools, Oriental schools and Anglo-Indian schools. The earlier government erroneously introduced the uniform system of school education and compelled all the school managements to introduce their uniform school of education and compelled the students and the parents to undergo that course of study, which is very much injurious to the welfare of the student, parents and the whole society. Hence, the present government headed by Honorable Amma wanted to change the earlier policy decision, and that is why that earlier system introduced under the Act, Tamil Nadu Uniform System of School Education Act 2008, 2010 is kept in abeyance.
Well, moving ahead now, CPI State Secretary D. Pandian today urged the AIADMK government to explain its position on the uniform school syllabus. In a media release, he urged the state government to make its policy clear on why the uniform school syllabus system was put on hold for the current academic session. He said that such an explanation from the government will clear the confusion amongst both students and parents. Now, earlier, another ally CPM also urged Chief Minister Jayalalitha to review the cabinet decision to put on hold the uniform school syllabus. Here's one interesting story. Anna Hazare, after praising Modi, now unleashes on the Gujarat government. We'll tell you more on the other side.